What is good, guys? So welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I've done a video, but this video I've been meaning to do for a long time, and essentially what you'll be able to tell from the title is that I'm going to be going vegan for a week. So the main reason that I want to do this video is literally just for self-experimentation. I want to see how my body responds. I'm curious, and I want to learn more about sort of the vegan diet and the benefits it may bring. With that being said, there are numerous reasons for why a vegan diet is appealing, in my opinion. The first one is the environmental factors. So animal agriculture contributes 13 to 18% towards greenhouse gas emissions. Now that's even more than transportation, which when you think about it, is pretty crazy. A lot of people try and cut down on their travel in cars, but they don't cut down on their meat consumption. So that's something that I see in the future becoming much more of a relevant topic, and the world's really probably going to open up to that. The next reason, and this is a massive one for most people, is ethics. Now, I think most people can probably agree that intensive farming is pretty unethical. You see a lot of like animals trapped up in tiny cages, just sort of like living in disgusting conditions, something that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy if you're a human, but that does happen. Now when you go over to like a free range sort of farm, it definitely becomes a very sort of grey area, and something where I believe that preference plays a much larger factor. From an ethical standpoint, I think there's only really sort of one argument that can be said for raising animals and for food, and that is that by them having a life, living for a couple of years, and actually being able to somewhat enjoy it, then that surely is better than having no life at all, because it's pretty obvious that if we didn't have these farms and we weren't raising these animals, the animals will never exist anyway. So that's probably the only good ethical argument I can think of for eating meat, and obviously that is just completely out of the water when you're talking intensive farming, at least in my opinion. I think the whole animals have feelings argument as well. I think that's sort of obvious that animals feel emotion, in my opinion. I think you can see it in the face, but I mean some people don't. But I think that's definitely sort of becoming less and less of a argument people putting forward against veganism. Another thing about farming is like the animals probably die in a more humane way than they would in the wild. If you've ever watched anything on sort of like National Geographic or anything, and you see a lion hunt down its prey, it literally just mauls it to pieces. So I think a bullet to the head, I know which one I'd prefer. Again, weak argument, but it's an argument nevertheless. So the last argument that I want to go through is the argument of the health benefits of a vegan diet. So meat, dairy and eggs across the literature have all been shown to be bad for you. However, there are also contradicting studies that show they're good for you, and that's just sort of the ambiguity of nutritional science. However, I probably fall into the category of believing that they aren't great for you, but genetic differences between individuals and also the quantity you eat is definitely going to be a key factor to determine how bad they are for you. So myself, I'm probably one of the worst culprits for overconsumption of meat, being a quote bodybuilder. However, I hate calling myself that, but I definitely fall into that category, so I'm probably one of the people who could benefit most from cutting down. However, I also eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, so by the same basis maybe I counteract some of the negative effects it has. Who knows, it's ambiguous. That's why this is probably my least favourite argument. In terms of the general public as well, there are plenty of other things that people do that are way worse for them. Smoke excessively, well, do that smoke at all, I think that's bad for you. And then obviously drink excessively. Like most people drink a lot, and that's, I mean, that's probably having a worse effect than all the meat and dairy they're eating if they don't eat it excessively. But again, who knows? This is just the nature of this type of science. It's really up in the air and changing all the time, and it varies depending on who you speak to. Just going to go through my macros that I'm going to be doing on this vegan diet. So obviously protein is going to be difficult to get. The main protein sources that I'm going to be using I'll show throughout the video, but they're going to be stuff like tofu, vegan protein powder, chickpeas, beans, like peas, just sort of like that sort of whole family of sort of legumes, leguminous legumes, I don't know, legumes, fuck knows. So anyway, let me just pull up these macros that I'm going to go for, and here we go. So the vegan macros that I'm going to do for this video are going to be 360 carb, 50 fat, and 120 protein. I'm going to let them sort of fluctuate, but it's all going to fall under the bracket of about 2,400 calories, which puts me in a nice small deficit, which I've been in for the past few weeks. So just to give myself sort of a valid comparison, I'll be able to compare how I felt on a meat diet, 2,400, and a vegan diet of about 2,400. So you may also be thinking, protein's low, George, you're going to lose muscle. Well, from what I've read, study-wise, 0.8 times by your pound of body weight, which for me is like 155, which comes to about 120, should be fine. There are some reasons to probably go higher, and there's also studies saying that it's still above what you need to build muscle. Again, ambiguity of nutritional science right there. Without further ado, guys, let's get on with the video. Enjoy the clips, see how I go. Obviously join in with me, let me know how it goes, and if you do see me eating anything that isn't vegan, let me know and I'll apologise, but I'm going to do my best. See you guys in the next clip. So I caught myself one of these My Vegan clear proteins, so I'm going to try this, and a lot of people have actually been asking me, I put on my story on Instagram how it is, but I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to try it now. I'll let you guys know, do a taste test live on camera. Shake it up. So macros on this are for 30 grams. It's got 20 grams of protein and 6 grams of carbs, 0 fat. So really decent, but taste test obviously the most important bit. It's a bit bitter, but as far as protein goes, protein tastes pretty shite usually anyway, so it's probably the second best protein I've had. Just behind solid caramel My Protein, that's a banger. That's whey though, but honestly could definitely recommend this. Yeah, we'll see how I feel at the end of the week after having it every day, but day one is a thumbs up from me. So second portion of the breakfast is standard one for me anyway, so it's literally getting focus you little devil. So it's literally 2 packets of golden syrup, porridge oats by Quakers, 20 grams jam, 60 grams blueberries, and 340 ml of almond milk. Probably crack on some work and do a workout later on, so I'll show you guys the rest of my meals for the rest of the day. Next meal, plant quarter pounders, good macros, where are they? 6.7 fat, 14 protein, 15 carbs. So we're gonna have these on some buns with some ketchup and spinach. Here we go, burgers, lettuce, ketchup, rolls, and some spinach. That's really good, guys. Really good. Definitely recommend them. Worth giving it a shot. Sick macros. I put my macros on the screen so far. I think I'm doing pretty good for protein, so that concern of protein's pretty much out the window at this point. Gonna finish all this up, and then I'll show you guys what I'm eating later on. Probably do a full day of eating today, and for the rest of the week I'll probably just chuck in anything that's sort of out of the ordinary, a new meal, a new idea. So yeah, let's keep going with this vegan thing. Let's see how we feel. Okay guys, so I'm gonna make this clip short because I am starving. So I've got myself my third meal. So I got like one of these vegan steaks. I'll actually go over the ingredients for them and give you a taste test as well once I've ate it, let you know how it is. Show you the packets in another clip because I'm just trying to get this food down me. Hungry boy. Packet of udon noodles, stir fry veg, and then also teriyaki sauce, got 35 grams of that there. So macros for this meal will be on the screen. Forgot to also say I had an apple after my last meal, and I also had soy milk in my teas and coffees through the day, just 1 tea, 1 coffee. And then I'll also give you an update on the macros just after I rate this. Brains frazzled, hungry boy, let's go. Verdict on the steak was, it was okay. Not quite a real steak, but it was still nice. Definitely wasn't not nice. So final meal for the day is going to be a homemade lasagna, I believe. It's going to be making that with corn. I'm probably not going to film me making it, but I'll show you guys when I'm done, show you what the macros of it are, and then potentially put a recipe on there as well. So yeah, like next time you see me, I'll be eating. Alright guys, so vegan lasagna is in the oven. It is looking and tasting sick. So basically used corn mince instead of normal mince. No cheese, and then I don't really like cheese anyway, so I never use it. And then the bechamel sauce was made from olive oil, soya milk, and a bit of flour. Messed up on the bechamel sauce a bit. It was a bit clumpy. I think it was either because we let it get a skin on it, and then had to stir it in, or it might have been because we basically just added the milk, the oil, and the flour all at once. So I'm definitely probably going to film it again for this channel because it tastes so good already. Stuff that's making it taste good, add some brown sugar and some wine. But basically I've just been sort of perfecting my lasagna recipe. Anyway, it's going to be done in about 20 minutes. I'll show you it, but so far vegan day has been okay. One of the things I do want to change is going to be, I want to start obviously having like sort of not meat substitutes, but like actually just having like sort of like beans, lentils, that sort of thing, the typical sort of things you'd associate high protein and vegan. So that's going to be what I'm going to try and do tomorrow. But anyway, show you the last meal. Oh yes, yes, yes. So vegan lasagna. Macros on this one so that's 1/6 of lasagna, it's 410 grams, and it's 46.5 carb, 9.2 fat, and 22.6 protein. That leaves me at 325 carb, oh no, I've messed up here. I messed up. 278 carb, 55 fat, 121 protein. So if I wanted to, I could get through about 80 grams of carbs. But I'll probably replace that with fats, because I've had like 5 extra fats, and then I'm pretty much bang on for protein. So I'll probably try and hit a high carb meal, but to be honest, I'm probably just gonna have some of this. Got some like vegan yogurt. So probably have some of that to end. But again, show you. Gonna eat this, taste test, but to be honest, I think it's gonna be banging. So just having my final sort of meal of the day, if you will. But it's more like dessert to my final meal. So I just got granola, some vanilla, sort of soy yogurt, and some strawberries. So I'll just pull up my macros to end the day. Yeah, so the macros to end the day are 328 grams of carbs, 61 fat, and 1 free protein. See if you can get that. Go on. Sort of initial thoughts for the day was it was fine. Obviously, like I said in the other clip, I want to swap out the sort of meat substitutes for actual sort of plant-based protein sources. So specifically beans, lentils, and tofu, stuff like that. So I'm going to do a lot more of that tomorrow. Yeah, obviously didn't have any difficulty getting protein to sort of where I want it. Which was, it was 125 and we got like 133, and it was easy. We just added protein into each meal. Went a bit over on fat, but it is what it is. It's not a massive issue. Cutting isn't like, I'm not really bothered about being crazy precise. Carbs and fats can fluctuate a bit, and obviously protein, if I go a bit over when I've got it at the minimum to where I want it, then it's not really a big issue because I usually have way more. So in terms of satiety, good, not a problem. But obviously we'll see how that goes in the week. In terms of like sort of digestion, stuff like that, it's too early to tell. We'll get on with it in later clips. So gonna eat this, guys, and yeah, just come with me in vegan week. If I make anything interesting, I'll take it with me. I'll take it with me, show me what I'm making. If not, probably be eating similar stuff to this. But any new meals, I'll probably chuck it in there. Okay guys, so I'm on day 2 now of my vegan week, meal free. So this morning I just had like the porridge oats I had yesterday and then some of the leftover lasagna. And then for tea, I'm gonna have to guess the macros on this, but we've got like a tofu, no sorry not tofu, a corn pieces stir fry with lots of vegetables, as you see, some fresh garlic, spring onion for garnish, rice, teriyaki sauce. I'd usually have honey, so we put in some brown sugar to basically just sort of like mimic the sugar in the honey, because obviously honey isn't, well not obviously honey isn't vegan, but honey isn't vegan, it's an animal product, which is pretty shit because honey's good. Obviously after this week's over, I'll definitely have honey again, so, but we're doing it as vegan as we can, so. Anyway, I think this is going to be delicious. The day's been a bit more of a struggle, simply because like I just didn't have access to food today, but I think I wouldn't have ate anyway. I've just had shit to do, been cleaning the Manchester house, so. Anyway, day 2 is slightly more annoying, and oh shit, I forgot to say. So, I was trying to prepare some tofu before, and it just went so wrong. So I heard you had to flatten it, so I basically got like 2 chopping boards and then like put one on top of the other and just like press on it, and it just all crumbled apart. So I'm gonna try tofu again because I do want to be having it, but first time round it was a failure. Don't get that with chicken. My mum and sister basically left loads, so I'm gonna finish this. Yeah, bit extra there. Alright guys, so I think I was quite conservative when putting my macros in on the carbs. I like over exaggerated a bit just to make sure I'm still in a deficit. And then sort of like over exaggerated on the teriyaki sauce that I would have had, the fat as well probably. So that meal came in at around 800 calories, and for the day, I don't know about the macro breakdown on that. I don't think I can get it, to be fair. Yes, too much hassle for the YouTube, so. Yeah, so far for the day I'm on like 279 carb, 49 fat, and 100 grams of protein. So I'm just going to try and get the protein in, and then I think I'm going to use that like sort of yogurt that I've got, like vegan yogurt, and that'll probably finish me up for the day. So I've just got myself some of this soya blueberry sort of yogurt thing. Some granola. And the granola does not have honey in, so we're all good on that front. Bit of a pain getting everything in today. Should probably sort of like meal prep and plan it out a bit more, but it is what it is. I do want to be switching over to like more beans and stuff, like I said, and getting the protein from there. But it's just been like sort of to be honest, I'm just gonna say it's been impractical, but it's really not been impractical. It's just been me not planning, being lazy, and not getting my recipes ready. So tomorrow I'm going to be having tea at my dad's, so not sure how that's going to go. When I say, oh dad I want something vegan, I've already like run it by him. I'm sure he'll like sort me out, but he'll definitely be thinking in his head, what is this guy doing? But hey, this is just our generational gap, isn't it? Between us and the older generation. The plant-based movement, obviously the young guys probably understand it, and then the older people, less of them will. It is what it is, but anyway, gonna eat this, enjoy it, and then crack on tomorrow. Okay guys, so it's the end of day 4 now, and I'm just having like my 3rd meal. So I've been in work today, and then for lunch I went to like East Street. I was gonna go to Subway and get a vegan patty, but the queue was just like crazy, so I went to East Street and got some tofu sort of noodle dish. So for the past 2 days I haven't tracked because at my dad's yesterday, they cooked us a meal. It was all vegan. It was like some vegan sausage from Aldi with a vegan burger and like some pasta sauce with some potatoes. Anyway, my mum's cooked me tea tonight, bean and like lentil curry thing. So I'm gonna have some soy yogurt after this. You've seen me have it before. So far, in regards to vegan week, I'm getting pretty sick of it, to be honest. Missing my meat, missing like sort of knowing where I stand. There's a lot of stuff I've wanted to eat, like flatbreads and like naan bread. I wanted to have this, but it's all got like milk powder in, which is quite annoying. But we'll persevere as the plan goes. But yeah, it's quite annoying not like tracking, but I'm just sort of assuming that if I make sure I've got like a nice big vegan protein source, like beans or tofu or protein shake in the morning in each meal, and I'm having 4 a day, and then the trace protein or like sort of side protein that comes with the say like your carb source, like your rice and shit like that. I'm just assuming that'll all take me over my target of I think it's 120 or 125, I believe. And then obviously like I track the first 2 days, and I'll track again. That's for certain. I'm probably gonna have this for lunch tomorrow, so I guesstimate the macros and try and do a full day tomorrow. Maybe, who knows? But anyway, that's probably gonna just conclude the day 4 clip. Maybe I'll show you my little bowl of granola, but you've seen that shit. Day 6 in the vegan house. So, dinner, I've got this jackfruit pizza with some ketchup. It's like 800 calories. To be honest, I've sort of stopped tracking properly, and I've just been eating about 2,400 calories and trying to get a nice protein hit in each meal. Yeah, because I've kind of just been sort of like doing it intuitively anyway, and just the macros have been working out okay. It's just it's laziness, and also the vegan thing is just like, for some reason I feel it's making it harder to track macros, just because I don't want to get in a situation where I'm going to do anything different. So I don't know, I'm basically rambling. It's probably me just being lazy, but I've decided on what I'm going to do after I finish this vegan week and clear everything up, say how everything went. I'm going to start slowly adding foods in. So like add fish in first, then chicken, etc, and just see how my body reacts. To be honest, I don't think this vegan setup is ideal for me. But if we get into like sort of a slightly more restrictive than what I was eating, cutting down on red meat, or well, not having red meat, etc, I can form this baseline diet where it is mostly plant-based, but also with some hits of animal products in there. But yeah, I'll also do like a little roundup of my favourite vegan meals. But yeah, gonna eat this, and then if I remember, I'll let you guys know it is. But it looks pretty good. It's from Aldi, as I said. Jackfruit barbecue pizza, which I've just realised I've got fucking ketchup there. I should have put barbecue sauce. But yeah, day 6 over and out. Day 7 tomorrow. Gonna close it all up, and then a little conclusion video. So peace out, people. Okay guys, so excuse the hair yet again, but we've got final meal of the vegan week, which is actually my second meal of the final day of the vegan week. So it's this sort of like chili on wraps with some hummus. Looking forward to this. Gonna watch me some of the Lex Friedman podcast, also the AI podcast. It's Jack Dorsey on it. And then we're gonna get ready for the pubs reopening and wrap up this video. So yeah, like you guys know how the meal is, and then yeah, feel just summary coming up. So guys, time to conclude my experience of going vegan for a week. Obviously, as you can probably tell, I've had a haircut, and that's because I didn't film this when I said I was gonna film it. I'm actually filming about 10 days later. So going into vegan week, I was expecting myself to sort of feel like significantly better, and to be honest, that wasn't really the case at all. My digestion did feel slightly improved. It was never really awful anyway, but it definitely was improved. Now, for a couple of days, like I did eat a lot of heavily processed food, high protein vegan products. So that sort of includes corn. To be honest, corn's really the main culprit that I'm talking about here, and then also like maybe then like vegan steaks. But to be honest, I think the excessive consumption that I had with corn didn't leave me feeling great. All them meals where legumes were sort of my protein source, I felt really good after eating them. So if I were to do this again, or my recommendation for people to doing this would be to sort of like make sure to not get all your protein from these highly processed sources. and maybe just like maybe 1 meal a day. Another negative for me during vegan week was just the massive restriction that was on. So a couple of times I didn't bring anything into work with me, and it was just sort of like a headache. What can I eat? Where can I go? Now this isn't really an inherent problem with veganism. This is more sort of a problem with our sort of culture in the UK, that we basically just have meat and animal products in everything. And like I said, I think this is something that we're going to see change, and we're going to see sort of like more vegan options become available in the coming years. What I've really took from this is that I do kind of want to decrease my meat consumption just to get that slight benefit in digestion. As I've made clear in other bits of this video, like I do probably believe that an excessive meat consumption is not great for you. So obviously what I'd want to do is sort of switch out a meat meal a day and just introduce sort of like a bean meal a day. But that's basically it. That's basically what I'd do. I'm definitely not in a rush to go full vegan anytime soon. However, I want to be having more plant-based meals and sort of realise that you can do it, and there's no need for me to be overly obsessed with the amount of protein I'm getting. What I do want to do is sort of like test my diet and just sort of like try out a few different things. Maybe try going pescatarian. If I do a full week of one sort of specific diet, I'll film it and I'll show you guys how it goes. But that pretty much wraps it all up. Yeah, I'm glad I've got this haircut anyway. More videos with fresh hair. See you guys in the next clip. If you do try out, or if you've got any questions about this, how this went, let me know and I can answer them in either to you or on a video. So, see you guys in the next video.